Slasher coming at you today. Raid Shadow Legends. Welcome to the video. I am not alone. I'm joined by Scratch Plays. Scratch Gaming, not Scratch AK-47. I'm still gonna call you Scratch AK-47. Welcome to the channel, bro. How you doing?
Yeah, doing great, bro. Doing great. Scratch does everything. You know, we can just call it like that. And it's all
Scratch
good.
does everything. That's his new spin-off YouTube channel, ladies and gentlemen. Hey, congratulations on your success, man. I'd be remiss if I did not start out with saying that you've really grown to be one of the biggest raid creators in the world. Thank you for all your strategy and all the stuff that you bring. News, you've been really newsy lately too, which has been great.
Thank you. Doing the best that we can, you know?
Yeah, dude. I mean, I can't even start a freaking video in this game without a lightning offer or some pop-up coming onto the screen. So I just got one. Do you buy lightning offers? Are you enticed by them ever?
No, I think I probably bought them twice since that ever been released, and I think they've been on a void shard one time on void shards because it was like a really good deal overall, and one time I think on soul stones, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I definitely bought them a couple of times. Yeah, but
we got some soul stone lightning offers, so don't open your game, Scratch.
It's gonna be so much fun.
It's gonna be so much fun.
This is $80 US, and you get 48 mortals and 16 immortals. I'm not biting though.
No, so the price for those, if they're not 50 cents for the little ones and $3 maximum for the medium, is overpriced. So I'm instantly closing something like that.
Okay, now how about 23? I got another pop-up. How about 23? Yeah, guys, you've clicked on the video and all we're gonna do is analyze pop-ups all day.
Hey, listen, pal, you want us to go?
You know, it's funny. I've been logged in the game since probably the last 2-3 hours, and because I stayed on the same screen while I was doing other stuff, I got no offers except one chained offer. That's it.
Well, you know what's gonna happen now though. You're gonna you're gonna change areas, and boom, there's gonna be there's gonna be a stream. They're gonna have a backload of pop-ups.
I have never been more vulnerable financially than I am right now.
All right, so today I got to do the intro here. This is like as crazy and haphazard as most of my videos are, so my audience is used to it. But we're gonna talk about, you know, I've been covering a lot of Watcher Realms, as you guys I'm sure are sick of hearing, right? And then Scratch has been covering a ton of Dragonheir. We both have second channels where we cover those games. We like them. There's pros and there's cons. Overall, I don't want to speak for you, but I still play more of Raid. I enjoy Raid more, but I still really enjoy Watchers too. I like playing the games side by side. And I want to talk about how we feel about going into this year. I just recorded a video. I'm posting it right before today with a new creator, Echo, who's coming from another game to Raid. Oh, nice. Like, I hear from more and more creators, because, you know, we have the talent agency and stuff like that they're like, hey, I would love to cover Raid. What do you think? What do you think? People are coming to the game, and there is buzz. You know, we're in the thick of things here, Scratch, and we talk about it every day, and we see the imperfections up close. But I think there's general feeling, at least in the gacha community of creators, that Raid might be the place to be. You know, that it has some staying power at this point. But today I want to look at the flip side. I want to look at where the competition are and get your take on Dragonheir, the best features, what Raid needs to do to keep up with these hot new titles that are definitely attracting a lot of attention, whether you love them or whether you hate them. And it's not meant to be, again, a video about like
Raid sucks and these games are better.
It's about like, what can we do to improve this game, and how do you feel about 2024, like generally speaking. Before all that, dude, I got another random question for you. Sorry.
Bring it on.
I got a soul merchant, dude. How many 6-star soul stones have you purchased? Because I got a Trunda. I don't even know if I can afford it. But
so I have on my account 3 legendary champions at 6-star, and all of them, they have been bought from the soul merchant.
I used to be the richest man in the world.
My only time when I summoned the 6-star legendary soul was actually on Christmas, and my baby clicked on the mouse and he did it. I never summoned one myself.
Oscar, I mean, I don't want to. Is his name public?
Yeah.
Oscar did it.
Yeah.
Does he deserve Oscar now?
I have 6-star Trunda staring me in the face, dude, and I can't buy it because I just bought a 6-star Nithwi last week.
You think it's funny?
No! I hate it!
I was debating it today with my clanmates. I was like, you know, they're definitely gonna nerf that Trunda team, or they're gonna do something, because it's just so busted compared to everything else in the game. Like, there's literally no competition, but I know they want to keep her in the meta, you know. And yeah, I'm debating myself, should I invest myself to purchase that 6-star soul for Trunda? I know something is happening to blessings in the near future, right? They keep mentioning about polymorph and other things that will be happening. what will happen with crushing Rand that enables Randa to be as broken as it is? And it's just like, should I even invest in her? So I'm like in such a big debate with it.
I would invest, dude. We had that like super secret plarium call that I don't even know what we're supposed to talk about and not talk about, so I haven't talked about it much.
Yeah, I haven't done it. I haven't done it either.
I don't know the rules, so I'm just not gonna talk about
You
it.
say that, but I don't think that you're gonna stop.
I get it though, man. That's right.
I feel like you're saying you get it, but you don't get it.
It's cool.
It's not cool.
It is what it is.
My God, this is so frustrating.
But there was no like massive breaking news to be like, if there was, I would ask permission and try to articulate that to the viewers. But they did say it did. I got the impression when we broached the topic about Trunda that they weren't gonna touch her personally, you know?
Yeah, I know, but I think I left my presence known for that topic quite a bit, because it's honestly something that disrupts the game for everyone else that is playing. I know not everybody gets affected by those big teams, you know, but when you see one person defeating an entire clan alone, you know that that's wrong. You know, it doesn't matter what game it is, it doesn't matter what champion it is. It's just that's not balanced, you know. So that's my only concern with it, because one person can defeat an entire clan with one team because of one champion. You know, that's a bit like, seriously, you know, like. Is that a
Yeah,
thing?
dude, I'm so conflicted, dude. I don't even want to open up the can of worms on the Trunda thing, because people, I feel like I've said all I have to say about it.
Don't you even think about it.
Whatever. Okay, so let's talk about the topic of the video, right? I'm so bummed out that I can't get Trunda though. I'm so bummed out. But anyway, and I can't buy the lightning offer anyways, so I'm done. But okay, dude, tell me this. First of all, what did you think of the Cursed City? Like, let's level set where we are in the game right now. I'm at 99 out of 101 rooms on hard, and I'm a dirty pay to win. Where are you?
I'm the same, 99. I have 2 more stages left. One of them is fairly easy. I just need to level up a couple of more champions. I just didn't have the time. I had COVID, actually. I started my new year with COVID, and yeah, it wasn't that great. So I felt really bad for a week. So I kind of like didn't really play the game much. But I have 2 more stages. One of them is a pain, you know. And overall, if you want to defeat the Soul Cross, I feel like this is something that the endgame community, in a way, was asking for quite a long time. When they released Faction Wars, if you remember, was almost impossible, right? You needed to have that perfect team.
That's right when I started. Yeah.
You needed to have that perfect RNG to defeat a specific stage. Very few people in the world were actually able to defeat Faction Wars. And I feel like a lot of people wanted that feeling in the game again. So they released these with restrictions. And for Soul Cross, it's pretty much stun set. You know, you have the stun set, move here from champion to champion and retry. Are you willing to spend 1, 2, 3 hours to retry that specific stage to defeat it, you know? And there are people doing it, there are people loving it, there are people not loving it, you know? And is my main concern with the whole Curse series that is a massive silver sink, you know, and time sink. And I feel like there are quite a few things that they can improve and they should definitely do. It's 2024, and talking about other games like Dragonheir, they have just the perfect model that Rage should actually do, at least for this specific game mode. But overall, I feel like the community received the Cursed series in a very positive way. I personally like it. I don't dislike it. I love the gear that we're getting from there. I feel like it's game changing, making us to farm less dungeons, preserve more energy for other things that are more important, you know? So overall, I think is a success, and people should definitely not sleep on it. Now, of course, I'm not necessarily telling people to go and farm everything.
I don't see why not.
I started to prioritize this as the most important content for me, you know, these Hydra Clash and a couple of different things. So yesterday, I've done a video on the Fusion. Must do, you know, for me, it's a must do. I know what it means to miss one key champion for one of these stages and to struggle to beat it, maybe not even be able to beat it, so you're not able to collect half of the candles from that month. So for me, it's very important. But I heard the people loud and clear. They do not care about these things. So the Fusion is not a must do for people.
Oh, your viewers don't care about Cursed City, you feel like?
Most of them, yes. So I kind of like got the message loud and clear yesterday.
I think mine do. I bet maybe I'm wrong. You guys let me know. Do you care about it?
Will you please let me finish?
Go on.
I feel like they don't, most of them. That's kind of like what I got from the whole thing, you know.
Okay.
They're not as invested. They're not willing to burn hours to do it. They don't care about one champion that can be used in 2-3 stages, and they're fine if they're skipping 2-3 stages a month, you know, basically. That's kind of like
okay. Yeah, I feel like I ran a community tab poll, and I feel like my audience at the time, at least, I don't know how they feel now, because things change a little bit for the positive or for the worse, depending on, like, you know, whatever, depending on progression, depending on if you're like, okay, at first it was cool and now I don't know. But I want to say it was a staggering something like 75 to 80% liked the update. And I haven't seen anything like that since Doom Tower in this game. So that was really cool. Obviously, as I mentioned earlier, as we spoke about in yesterday's video, there's a lot of new players and new creators and stuff coming to the game, which is all great news, you know? So, but that being said is like, dude, I've also made a few videos recently. I'm not sure if you've seen them. I think you haven't because they're not released yet. But talking about things that really I can't help but to point out from watchers, man. And I used to watch videos because I never got into all the Dragon Champions, and I don't even know half the games. What were they? Name one of them. What was the M1? Mythical something or other? I don't know.
Was the Magic Infinite Raid?
Magic Infinite. I didn't play anything, man. Like I've never played another game. I've never up until Watchers, and I tried out Dragonheir as well a little bit, right? But these are the first time that I actually feel like the caliber of competition for Raid is actually good, like actually really good games. So things are a little bit different landscape wise, and I would be remiss as a creator if I didn't start mentioning some of this stuff. And here I am doing the stun set, by the way, in the background, people can see the stun set Centranos, man. Like, what do I have to run? 200 runs? I'm on have you done the floor? Sorry for the digression. Have you done the floor with the Artak and Grohawk and Killian and Champ 4 stage 20?
Damn! Oh.
Yeah, I've done it. I've actually finished that yesterday, and I think it took me probably, I would say, around an hour. I think I was doing it live on stream, yeah. So I think it took me quite a few tries.
Did you just do 5 stun sets? That's what I'm doing right now.
Pretty much 2, 3, 4 stun sets, depending on.
Well, that's what I did. 4 stun sets and a bolster. I did. Yeah. All right. So anyway, so tell me about Dragonheir, dude. I don't know a ton about Dragonheir. I'm still a noob. You actually coached me through a bunch of Dragonheir. What was, if you could pick like the best, I don't know, 2 or 3 features or whatever from Dragonheir to bring to Raid, what would they be?
So I want to start by saying the next thing. No game is perfect, okay? Every single game has its own flaws. Raid has its own flaws. Dragonheir has its own flaws.
Sure.
Watcher has its own flaws, you know? And I feel like each one of them can learn from each other, basically. So let's start with the things that I would bring from Dragonheir to Raid. The very first thing is team presets, okay? Now, I understand Dragonheir is a seasonal game. You're not able to farm unlimited gear, and that they don't care if you're using the same gear on your team on 20 different teams. You know, they don't care about it. They encourage it by creating presets. So there I can basically go on stage 13, for example, you know, and I have a preset that the game memorizes for me, you know, and let's just say in 5 months from now, I want to use the exact same team again. I can just go on that preset, bring in with the equipment that I used 5 months ago.
Wow.
And just bring in me that team, just like that.
So you save the team, doesn't matter if they have any of the gear on or if it's on other champions or anything.
It's bringing everything to that team. So I feel like this game right now it's not a feature that I would like to see in all Raid, because I've heard concerns from different people where I was talking with them about it, and they were like, well, yeah, that breaks the entire balance of the game. And I do agree in a way or another that Raid just doesn't want us to use the same gear on multiple champions. They want us to pay a cost for moving gear. But I would like to see that thing added to the Cursed City. I feel like is mandatory to have it, considering how many things we need to do.
That's too much work.
I enjoy this game mode, right? The Cursed City, but it's tedious at the same time. Like I had to move so much gear from champion to champion, and I broke so many different teams and so many champions that right now I have no idea what is happening on my account. And some of you might be like, Scratch, that's your own fault. Why you're doing that? If you want to defeat some of the toughest stages in here, you need some of the best gear that you have on your account. And I know I'm not the only one in this situation. Most of the people that attempted to defeat the hardest stages, they will be pretty much in the same spot, you know. And the next problem that I kind of have with this game mode is that next month we have a new rotation. From what I understood, we have 5 different rotations. Well, the game will not even memorize what teams you used on the previous rotation. What team I used to defeat this stage, for example, stage 20. The game will not memorize this for me. And I wish we would have a preset where it saves that team with the exact same gear we had. And when it's coming that rotation again, just to make this game mode more enjoyable and allow us to spend the time to actually play the game mode rather than constantly making a mess and moving gear, the tedious things, you know, which nobody likes to do. Just click on that preset, bring your team up and running, and that's it. Just for that game mode, you know? They don't need to do it for the entire game.
I'm going to say something crazy too. I think it's a good idea. I hear, because I always get comments like this too. It's easy to ask for things, and it's also difficult to consider the economic, both in game and real life, like implications. So I always want to try to be somewhat realistic in the feedback. So even if, and I wouldn't, trust me, like before they pull out their pitchforks in the comments, like I would love it to be free, just like these other games, right?
Yeah.
But even if they charged us to move the damn artifacts, but it's a one tap instead of having to go and relocate all these artifacts, right? Like,
yeah, I'm fine with that.
You know, like at the very least, some quality of life is necessary at the very least, right? So that's a really good starting point there in terms of. By the way, apropos of nothing, because I'm farming Frost Spider in the background. What boss do you farm in this Doom Tower rotation right now?
The same, the Frost Spider.
Frostbite, man. That's where it's at, right? Okay.
Yeah, you need it for the Cursed City now. You know, you need a Frostbite set. Yeah.
I think it's the most underrated like 2-piece out there, probably. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. So talk to me about the next feature. So we agree on that 100%. What's the next one before we move over to Watchers?
The next feature is actually kind of like sparing pit friendly fight, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, you can actually just add me as a friend, you know, in the game, and if you want to test your team for PvP for whatever reason, is you send me an invite, and we can basically just do that for free, play around together, test teams, and basically have fun. Yeah.
Kind of like a sandbox mode type thing, you know. Just
it's awesome, dude, because it's so easy to make things for the community as well. Like they've hosted an entire tournament for content creators for PvP, and that's how the whole system went. Friend list, let's do sparing pit, you know, 5 fights, best out of 5, you know, and that's the winner. And 100 summons, everybody starts on playing field, the same gear, you're not allowed to level it up. It was an awesome way on how they did a tournament. And just that, not only that you can play with friends, but us as creators and players will be able to do so many different things in the game, you know, and be more entertained, basically, you know.
Yeah, for creators it'd be awesome, but even for clans, dude, you could do inter-clan communication competitions, right?
Yep.
Like that'd be really fun, right? You could think about opening up a little bit of like playing on your idea, a little bit more autonomy in what we can do, a little bit more of a sandbox mode. Think of how much life it would breathe into some of these clans that are half dead now on just being able to host, hey, $20 gift card or whatever, only rares, who's your best team, it's going down Friday 8 p.m., you know, like that would be fun, you know.
Exactly. Awesome. It would be super good. Yeah.
It's not even that, like, it doesn't sound like it's a big feature, and like it's not hard to develop. It's just an open arena, you know. Of course they could go even further with it and make it like a bracket system. They could really give us some stuff, you know, to do. I love that idea, man. When you first said sparring pit, I'm like, dude,
Scratch, with all the problems in the game, you want more experience in the sparring pit? That's your number one?
Okay, so here's my things, man. I made a whole video about this, so I'll be brief to it, but I'm really curious to get your thoughts on this. They have an empowerment system in Watcher of Realms that essentially, when you get dupes, not only do you get better stats, but you get like a little bit more out of their skills. Maybe you reduce a cooldown or something like that, you know? I think that might be a little bit much because this game is not balanced in that way where abilities get better with empowerment. But I'm really worried, bro. Like, and I want you to be real with me if I'm maybe a little bit, maybe you just disagree with me in any way, but epic power creep in this game, right?
Oh, it's next level, dude.
It's cool they give us restrictive areas and use for epics. That's true in secret rooms and in Cursed City. But in general, outside of those areas, dude, after they added legendary empowerment and then mythical champions, man, epics are, you know, there's a few. Obviously, there's the Godseekers and the Geos. They're still clinging on, but probably sometime in 2024, I hate to say it, they'll probably, instead of nerfing them, they'll probably just come up with legendaries or mythicals who do it way better, right?
Yeah.
And
yeah,
then
100%.
they'll be by the wayside eventually. So I'm concerned with them not showing the proclivity or even the interest or even the tease of potentially adding epic empowerments. I think that just being able to duplicate or use your dupe epics to empower them for just better stats, just so they can stay on par with the legendaries. I think, to me, that's one of the biggest things I want to see happen. Again, Watchers has even rare empowerment, man. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I definitely agree on you. Like the epics lost so much value in the game. How you mentioned, we have a small handful of awesome epics that are still being used excessively in a way or another. Let me just put it like that. They're awesome champions.
Yeah.
But I feel like the majority of epics, they drop so much value. Like I remember when I used to go with some interesting epics in arena just to counter the meta.
Yeah.
That's gone.
Now you don't see that at all. No way.
No.
Yeah.
That's gone. So I definitely agree on this, bro. Like they need to bring something for the epics, but I think they will completely slowly kill them.
Yeah. In live arena, to your point, from 3,000 to 4,000, I don't like when I was going to get Quintus. I want to make sure I really believe that. I might have seen one epic, and it might have been just a dude trying to troll, like
troll. Yeah, I've seen none. I've literally seen none.
It's pretty crazy. Okay, so you agree there? That's awesome. The other one is actually the other idea that I really think that Plarium needs to address is exactly what you mentioned is one of yours, and that is gears swapping. Like I look at it, you looked at it as presets, which I think is a really cool idea, to me, and it's like an easier thing to do. I feel like it's not as heavy a lift as the developers, but just allow us to go to a swap UI where all of our champions are there, and we can just with one tap of the mouse or one tap of the iPad or phone, we can just swap all the gear, right? At least that allows us to keep gear sets intact, In other words, this is my A1 nuking set that I want to put on my best nuker. I'm not always going to be using the same best nuker. And then maybe we can address two birds, one stone here and help the silver issue a little bit. I don't think they're going to remove silver cost.
You all know me, know how I earn a living.
But when swapping an entire set, because that's going to be like 1 million silver or whatever, perhaps they give like a discount on the whole set swap, Maybe it's 50% off, maybe it's less than that, but I feel like it would be a great quality of life. And they could also give a little discount when swapping an entire set. I'm just talking about the gear, not the accessories, obviously, because of factions. To me, that would be a big improvement.
Yeah, I think what they really need to do with the silver, honestly, a bit more off topic from what you said, but they need to cut the cost in half at least for swapping gear, and they need to double what we're getting from the other places as silver. Like I'm farming dragon, give me double the silver, like we need it. It's a desperate thing. It's like the world needs more food and stuff, for some poor countries. That's exactly how raid feels right now with the silver,
Yeah, I think that to your point, there's no reason that Spider has to be the silver farming area. You can add the exact same amount of silver per run average to other areas as well. That way, at least we won't have to, because you know how it is right now. It's like, you need silver, let's go farm a spider, Yep. It should be like, you need silver, let's go farm dungeons,
or whatever, or let me do some more campaign, because I need to do it for this champion training. Like they definitely need to balance a bit. It's part of the economy, and it's an economy that's failing currently, especially with the addition of the new game, so.
Absolutely,
bankers crack on it, sort it out.
Exactly. Those are our ideas for Raid in 2024. I think it's going to be, I still am optimistic about the year, and because we know we have Clan vs. Clan coming this year. We know we have a lot of like fun stuff coming this year. However, I also think that we should look at these other games to the point of our video, right? Look at these other games and try to find a little inspiration too, in terms of what they're doing and what we can maybe emulate, not exact the same, but what we can bring to Raid for, a little bit of help for players out there who need it. Any final thoughts before we go over to your channel, guys? We're going to record on Scratch's channel as well, where I think we're going to talk about the biggest game changes that we had in the last year or so on our accounts. So any final words before we jump over there, Scratch?
Well, not really, man. Hopefully they're just going to watch the video. Plarium, please watch it, get some notes, and
pretty much guaranteed they're all with their notepads right now. They're just like, yep, all going into the game immediately, fellas. We got you. All right, Scratch, thanks for coming on, guys. We'll have a link to Scratch's channel as well as the collab that we're going to do on his channel as well. Let us know what ideas that are important to you that we didn't discuss, and maybe we'll have a follow-up video talking about your feedback as well. Thanks for watching, and as always, take care, guys.